Test, 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 test. Uh, uh, uh. We back, and we back, and we back. Let me go. I guess you know. It's a face? Chidonia Knowles. Who is this? Moose Princess. Wow, there's a lot of hunts. Oh yeah, I need to go to Charlotte. I'm wondering where my hunt's at, because I gotta go here and then get the quest every time. You are not permitted to take bills for associated hunts. 89. How do you guys know about these things? So if I just go get these things without accepting, I just get it? Let me check. Oops. I know where one of those things. Well, no, there's a Gelatos here. Right? What? To do the. You have to accept the thing? Let me check over here. I guess you do have to accept it. Ooh. Like, why can you only do one at a time? You should just show a list of creatures, I don't know. Wait, where did I just teleport to? Why do you have to accept it? Maybe you just need to accept one? Maybe yeah, maybe I just accept that. Let me... Yeah, you just accept the thing. Okay. But is there a list? Oh my god, let me check again. Okay, I don't understand how it works. It's the whole 5. But why doesn't it show somewhere here? It does. Where? I don't even know where those enemies are. I'm trying to think. I'm pretty sure I saw them on the way, but oh, they're right here. Alright. Let's go home. With the Loporits in Irianger's capable hands, we needn't worry about affairs here in our absence. Knowing now the face of their earthly collaborators, there is much to discuss with Alphino and the others. Let's return to the Tower of Babel. Our battle for the star will soon begin in earnest. Must be prepared. I'd forgotten how cold it is. Garlemald, a testament to the Loporits' ingenuity that I felt no such discomfort on the moon. It's better on the moon than in Garlemald. Gods, I can scarcely believe we went to the moon and back. But we'll have the time to reflect on that later. Right now, we have to head back to Camp Broken Glass, deliver a thoroughly detailed report to Lucia. I'd like very much to know how everyone is getting on here as well. They'd only just begun to treat the tempered prisoners when we left. Your curiosity, but warning our allies of the final days is of greater importance. Speak not only of the contingent of every nation must know what we have learned. We know not when or where or in what manner the final days will begin to manifest, so we must see that everyone is prepared. Agreed. But we may wish to stress this importance of discretion, lest the public be sent into a panic. Not that anyone in a position of responsibility should need to be told as much, but it bears repeating. Anyway, first things first. To Camp Broken Glass. Oh man. Lucia, got some explaining to do. Well, no. A lot of information. It's good to see you all again. No worse for your lunar adventure, I hope. You've done what we can for now, and believe me, we intend to tell you all about it. Before we do, might you tell us what's become of Garlemald in our absence? Succeeding in subduing the temperate inside the Tower of Babel, we took many alive, but combined with those who were already in our custody, the number requiring care has grown exponentially. The inclement conditions here have made it difficult, if not impossible, to treat them all here, so we have petitioned the aid of the allied nations. Some are understandably hesitant to proffer assistance. Provide, offer, combined? What is this? Particularly those that were but recently subject to imperial occupation. That said, several others have agreed to grant them refuge for treatment. The assistance of your fellow scions, endeavor to see them safely transported and subsequently cured of the temper. Will all the tempered be relocated? Oh, no. We have sufficient shelter to attend to those whose treatment has begun. Enough healers have volunteered to remain with patients ever. Lewis is once suspicious, not yet fit to receive visitors. Truth be told, it was a miracle he and those in his company were not harmed in the chaos. For Alphano and Alce's time he is with us today. Other recent developments, have the Alliance leaders come to any decisions regarding Garlemald? Tremendous ramifications of what has happened here. Take time to determine what must be done. Meantime, they work with the Eastern Alliance to keep a close watch over the provinces. We receive reports that every tower has vanished. Oh wow, the towers are gone. For mercy, the process was apparently not quite as violent as that you experienced in Thavnair. Those who were trapped within them have been rescued and are receiving treatment based on this endeavor. These tribes have received instruction in the magics needed to cure temper. Master Matoya is no doubt thrilled the mother Porksy affords her so many visitors. Yes, we're grateful for her ongoing efforts as well as comments near and far. As for the contingent, several of our members have been granted leave to return to their homeland after the transfer of Tempered has been completed. Lucy and I will remain along small force to continue offering aid to those here in Garlemald. The Empire will be no more, but there are yet those who call these lands. I believe the accounts for recent events here, so what of the moon and the Telephory? Let's see. In trouble. That is not my fault. This is the lesser of the evils. In the final days, gods, I had prayed your victory would mark the end of our troubles. The final days, gods, I prayed to hear you. There's so much we do not know, but the Alliance leaders told us must be told. Would you be willing to contact them in our stead? Yes, of course. I will send word forthwith. We'll also release your fellow Scions from their present duties that they may return to Charlotte. Your energies are better spent finding a means to avert the coming apocalypse. Speaking of your fellow Scions, you will be happy to hear that Mistress Cryo, though still on the mend, has been moved to the Baldessian Annex and given into Tataru's care. I look forward to seeing them both upon our return. Both be on our way then. One last thing. After your confrontation with Zodiark, you said Xenos took his leave. In all likelihood, he has returned here to Garlemald. I have a mind to dispatch scouts to try and ascertain his whereabouts, but first wish to ask if you believe there is merit in doing so. If they found him, they would not likely live to tell the tale. Suppose you're right. Dispatch good soldiers in pursuit of such a beast would be to send them to their deaths. Pray forget I entertained the notion. While on the subject of Xenos, the 10th Legion has made an official proclamation. They denounce the Crown Prince and condemn his role in the Empire's downfall. His very title has become a source of shame among his former subjects. Its continued use serves only to hinder relations with foreign nations. For this reason, he has been declared as Xenos Viator Galvus, outcast and enemy of Garlemald. Ho ho! And Daniel is no more, and now his own people turn against him. Seems he's naught but his bloodlust to keep him company. Better than that than an army to see it sated. At any rate, I will not keep you longer. I pray you safe passage back to Charlotte. Do a little fates. Where are we at? Reapers are coming out. Everyone's getting their Reapers to 80. They're catching up to me. I don't want to do this. I don't know. I need to get. I'll do it. My break time. Okay, let's continue. Mina, Ryle! Oh, it's so good to see you and free from chiblains, I take it. You'll be pleased to know everything's been kept in order since you've been away. I've even brought a few useful knickknacks back home. But no sooner had they arrived, I received word of Kyle's in poor health. You on the moon. You meant to give me a fright. You succeeded. Welcome back, Lloyd. We were so terribly worried about you, though it is plain that I have caused my own fair share of worry, and for that I apologize. Eileen called to me that day when you entered the Tower of Babel. These were faint but desperate. I knew at once she required a vessel to carry out her will. Name after feels like a dream barely remembered. My body flowing through the life stream toward Garland. When I regained consciousness, I was all aches, frostbite, exhausted of ether. In fact, I could only laugh, for it was in that moment I understood Raha's weariness, the Tower of Zara. That I could laugh at a time like this prevented Zodiac from being unleashed upon the world. Curious to know what else took place there on the moon. Perhaps we should wait for the others to join us before you do your full account. Convene in the main hall. Where is everybody? Malone! Sorry to have kept you all waiting. Not at all, we understand. Busy. Will your Ange be joining us? Duty keeps him away, I'm afraid. I can explain better than I. Final days has befell Amarat, and we are to escape via the moon? What of the source and its bye-bye. I have no intention of standing by while the world falls through. How do we stop this? Fortunately, we have no answers at present. Celestial currents have grown stagnant, as was the case in the time Amarat to the sun, that flow throughout the entirety of the star. Ancients accomplished this by summoning Zodiac, sacrificing half the star's population to doing. But it should go without saying that such a sacrifice cannot be repeated. Which leaves us with the daunting task of identifying the underlying catalyst for the final days, which even the Amaratines not accomplish. Fortunately, we have no clues in Mare Lamentorum. There is still much we do not know about the catastrophe itself, little may have caused it. The final days were marked of the Amaratines' creations. We command no such power, which invites the question, havoc is in store for us. If we knew that much, perhaps we could draw some parallel with the events of the past, thereby form some semblance of a plan. Perhaps we should start with the forum then, having worked with the Pirates' secret all this time. There's surely more than they can tell us. Forgive the interruption, but I've urgent news. Hold on, I need to check something. Dropping frames? I hate when this happens. Give the interruption, but I've got urgent news. Is holding a public assembly in the plaza outside. Some sort of announcement. What is father up to now? There's only one way to find out.
Order! Order, I say!
Order! Order!
I thank you all for gathering here on such short notice. This day we must speak of grave affairs and their implications for the future of Sharlayan, nay, of this very star. Said affairs concern all citizens, so we have called for a public assembly.
I think my stream is skipping all about.
You may have heard rumors of the Telophoroi and the havoc these madmen wreak abroad. Under normal circumstances, we would pay little heed to petty disturbances outside our borders. The final days, however, are another matter altogether. For we dare not ignore these prophetic words of Eld. The Endbearers will come, ushering chaos and calamity. The final days descend and devour the very stars.
I've never heard this prophecy.
Is it true? Will all that really happen?
Calm
Fake
yourselves. The time has come to speak of the Forum's most sacred duties. But first...
Give voice to the voiceless. Let bindings be unbound. By unanimous decree, I declare the enchantment broken.
They can finally talk. Mask off.
Master Leveilleur, if you would.
Very well. "270 years ago, our forebears began an expedition in the Dravanian hinterlands, in search of a route to access the ethereal sea. This much is public knowledge. Their findings, however, would become the Forum's most closely guarded secret. What those researchers discovered in the hinterlands was not a passage unto the ethereal sea, but the very heart of our star, and Hydaelyn herself. She spoke to them of a calamity that would extinguish all life, and of a means by which we might be spared. The moon. 'Tis in truth a gargantuan vessel built to serve as sanctuary for her children and deliver them from this doom. Much like Nunkref's hope in ages past, it will bear the people of a world in the throes of death to a new home.
Needless to say, this will be no small undertaking. To facilitate the great work, the Forum has maintained close contact with the servants of Hydaelyn, who presently reside on the moon. Convinced that the foretold end was all but inevitable, we began amassing a wealth of knowledge, not merely for the betterment of our nation, but in preparation for the journey to come.
You reveal this to us now? By the gods, how long do we have?
1 week.
While we cannot say with certainty, we believe the hour to be nigh. We received a transmission from the moon suggesting as much not long ago.
What? Was it one of the bunnies?
Which is why we must in earnest begin preparations for the great exodus. For his impressive contributions and the leadership he demonstrated during our withdrawal from Dravania, we have elected Master Leveilleur to oversee this initiative.
Fellow scribes and scholars, my countrymen, we face a threat of unprecedented scale. We must challenge the trials before us with composure and conviction if we are to find salvation. The wisdom of Sharlayan has ever been a shining beacon in the darkness, and so it shall continue to be. It is our solemn charge to see our heritage preserved for future generations. For those who will come after, we will brave a new frontier.
Only the Sharlians get to survive? Okay, we get to live? That sounds good.
Administrative edicts will be relayed to all major institutions ere long. In the meantime, carry on with your duties. With that, I hereby call this assembly to a close.
And what of everyone else?
Do you remember what Mother told us when we visited home? That
No.
it wasn't until after we were born that Father seemed to lose himself in his work. If that great work of his was the evacuation of this star, then...
Yes. It wasn't for his benefit.
He doesn't hate us.
Would you mind waiting here a moment? I wish to speak with Father before we leave.
Take your time.
Thank you. I shan't be long.
If it's all the same to you, I have a few choice words to share with Father as well.
I don't think I can stream right now.
Come to call us cowards and bid us join your fruitless battle against the inevitable.
Nay, we do not object to the Forum's proposal. On the contrary, those who wish to flee have every right to do so. Urianger is cooperating with your associates on the moon to ensure that all is ready should evacuation be our only recourse.
Then whatever your business, I suggest you be brief.
Though we cannot boast the boundless wisdom of Sharlian, we have first-hand knowledge of foreign cultures and have conversed with no small number of peoples. These experiences have taught us fundamental truths that cannot be recorded in any tome nor charted on any map. The beating heart of this planet is its people, many of whom would give anything, even their lives, to protect the lands they love. Many may choose to join you in the end. But what of those unwilling or unable, for whom escape will never be an option? What would you have them do?
What are you talking
To
about?
ignore the plight of those one might conceivably save is not wisdom, Father. It is indolence. This is why we choose to fight.
You want to stay, then stay.
We'll not ask for your understanding, Father. Only that you don't turn a blind eye to the good we have done. That we can still do. We're not children in need of protection. Hold fast to your principles and let the world burn if it please. But we believe there is still another way.
Why are you guys telling him this?
And if there is, we will find it. You see if we don't.
He didn't say that you couldn't find another way. It's just, it says his way.
Do as you will.
Yes.
Stay out of our way.
That was a bit snotty of them to talk to him like that.
Were he not so consumed with self-righteousness, he might tell you how proud he is of you both.
Yeah.
Bold words call for bold action, and there'll be no turning to your father should plans go awry.
As if I ever would. So long as there are those who wish to stay and fight for this star, we have to do what we can to help them.
And if we're to do that, we'll need to be well rested. Wouldn't you agree? And having triumphed over what we once thought to be the source of all evil, I can think of no one in greater need of at least a dozen winks.
Shall we then? To the Annex, to prepare for tomorrow.
Oh my lord. I'm gonna restart the stream, see what happens.